Did the shorts cover? No? Pfft. Then what are we talking about? Well, I know what I'm talking about. That's right. The Game of the Year Awards, which I know some of you are like, but Phil, I wanted to talk about my stock and the play. AMC, all these other plays we got going on. Well, just relax for a moment. Let me show you how human I am. Because one thing about it, yes, I do come from the streets. And as I was in these streets, I always saw, and I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer ever since I can remember. And I'm talking about, like, I grew up on Super Nintendo, Atari, Sega, you name it, Super Nintendo 64, Dreamcast. I had them all growing up in the 90s. So, it just makes sense for me to make this video because I always used to see these guys on YouTube make their top 10 or what they feel like would be game of the year. And I'm just like, man, you are so wrong, dude. I feel like this is the game of the year, right? And I always want to make this type of video, so I'm making it right now. All right. So with that being said, yes, we have the Game of the Year awards, and they've announced their nominees on what they feel like would be, let's just go right to it, the Game of the Year, right? So what I did was I came up with a tier list of their nominees and what I feel like will be number one. So pay attention. Now, with that being said, I watched the Game Awards last year, okay? And this is not being salty or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that the game of the year of last year was not the game of the year last year. Why do I feel like this? Well, not because of other elements that people on Twitter are making because they feel like, oh, you just hate the game because there's two girls on it. No. This game was graphically well put together. Story was but it just wasn't a exciting game that makes me want to repeat, makes me want to keep coming back to it, makes me want to still play it till this day. Now, what game was that for you, Phil? Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, come on. Ghost of Tsushima during the pandemic was fucking awesome, okay? Let me tell you, for a number of reasons. Number one, I've only paid one price for it, which was $60 at the time when I had a PS4. And also, this was the time that this game encouraged mask. I mean, look at what he's holding. He's holding a freaking mask. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima got me so, like, hype. I mean, look what I'm wearing. Okay? So, it even got me to the point where I'm buying a fucking mask. Have you seen do you see what I have here? Come on. Jin Sakai. Come on. Let's talk about excitement and momentum is where everything is going as far as the people in general, right? So I felt like The Last of Us 2, it didn't have that excitement of the people. I felt like, I'm gonna just be honest, I just felt like Neil Druckmann created a bunch of bots on Twitter and they all just was like, all was like, The Last of Us 2. So that's just my opinion on that. But let's start with what I feel like as far as the nominees, what will be like a tier list from bottom to the top. All right. So, Psychonauts. All right. Game of the Year nomination. What are my thoughts on it? Psychonauts 2. I feel like it's an okay game. I feel like many people may not understand this game. It may be out of their realm of what would be, considered something they can come back to. Now, there are gamers that really like this game and they, dealing with the nostalgia factor. But I feel like this game is definitely pretty awesome, pretty good. But I wouldn't consider it to be the game of the year. But I do like this game. I feel like it's really cool. My kids like this game. But I feel like it's a little bit out of the realm of, the excitement of overall people. That's what I'm saying. Now, what's the next on my list? Metroid Dread. That's right, Metro Dread. Pretty good game on Nintendo Switch. I feel like Metro Dread is definitely a very, very cool, side-scrolling shooter, whatever. It's a really nice game. Very addictive. Boss fights, great. Definitely see that. But you have to have been, I would say, a Metro Dread head. Dread head, get it? You got to be a Metro Dread, nostalgia person to really understand this game or why people are excited about this. I put this game in the category of Hades of last year, where it possibly should win Game of the Year, but not enough people are familiar with it. But this game is definitely very nice, so I definitely, appreciate this game. I just don't feel like it would win Game of the Year. All right. Next game. Resident Evil Village. Oh yeah, Resident Evil Village. Very exciting game. Definitely very crazy. I mean, come on, that vampire chick was thick as fuck. And I appreciate the mods that, made all of the modifications to the games that was out there. But I feel like Resident Evil Village was definitely very intense. Definitely very awesome. I did feel like they missed some of the mark as far as excitement. But it's definitely a very nice game. Very, very well put together. And graphic wise, definitely very awesome. And then the cool thing is they actually made it first player instead of third person. So I did appreciate that. But, didn't have the Game of the Year factor. All right. Now, what's the next one? Ratchet and Clank. Whoa. As you can see, I own a PS5. So I do own a PS5, and I made sure I was like, listen, I'm playing Ratchet and Clank. I don't care what anybody says. It looks gorgeous. Damn. Have you seen the graphics on this game? Man, amazing. So, of course, when I played this game, my kids like it. They like it. But it isn't the game that they're playing often, which I will get to in a moment. But Ratchet and Clank is definitely very beautiful game, and it's definitely a very awesome experience. The technicals that's on this game is pretty awesome. When you're on a big screen, or if you're playing it on a PS5 on your TV, 1080p, the whole 9 yards, it's visually amazing. So trust me when I tell you, the only thing that this game lacks is the challenge factor. This game is definitely a shoot 'em up, bang bang. That's pretty much it. You literally would have to change the settings of the difficulties to actually make it something. So I played it on normal. It was cool at all, but it just didn't have that challenge factor or anything else that I appreciated. But I like this game more than the other games because I kept coming back to it. So Rift Apart is definitely very beautiful. Definitely deserves a nom, but it's not Game of the Year. Now, what's at number 2? Deathloop. All right. Now, Deathloop is definitely very awesome. As you can see, you got a brother and sister. They aiming guns and shooting guns and all this good shit. And the gameplay is like fucking awesome. The mechanics are fucking dope. Mechanics are fucking great, man. They're fucking awesome. This game is definitely a surprise because when I saw the trailer and the reveal, last year when they were revealing this game, I was like, Deathloop looks alright. It looks alright, man. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. And then boom, I was like, whoa, I was surprised because I'm really not into first person shooters. I'm really a third person shooter guy, but I did see some potential in this game, to be something. So I did like it. So really awesome game. Definitely worth it. Definitely deserves the number 2 spot because it's like, whoa, so super close. Phil, what is the number 1 game that should win Game of the Year? And some of you are going to be surprised. Yes, that's right. It Takes Two. Let me tell you something about It Takes Two. For starters, It Takes Two has, when I'm telling you, beginning of the year, beginning of January, February, when this game came out, I think, February, this game came out, okay? It isn't just one person enjoying the game. It's two people enjoying the game, okay? So when you're playing this game, okay, and I played it with my spouse, I'm playing it, she's playing it. We're both like, whoa, this game is awesome. My kids play this game, like it's addictive. Not only does it have the Ratchet and Clank factor, with all the cool graphics, I mean, great graphics, but you could tell this game is super detailed to the max from start to end. As far as the narrative, the narrative and the story behind it, definitely very important to, you're dealing with relationship stuff. I mean, relationships are very, very, very difficult to deal with sometimes. But this game was addictive. And I'm talking about like everything. I mean, I'm fighting squirrels. I'm fighting my vacuum cleaner. I'm fighting everything that's weird. I mean, it's like everything in my house. So this game, to me, is or should be game of the year, because this game has everything that you need. It has the excitement factor. It has the puzzles that you need. It has the challenge factor. It has the graphics. It has everything. Okay? So put your politics to the side and respect this game. Okay? This game should be game of the year. Okay? My opinion. So what are your thoughts? What should be game of the year? Comment below. Let me know. And I'm Phil for real. Did the shorts cover? No? Then what are we talking about?